Mahakala, as we have discussed, is a very broad topic because it's dependent on so many different texts and it crosses all four categories of Buddhist Tantra. But one Mahakala is very prominent, more prominent than all of the others when it comes to art representations. And that is the Six-armed Mahakala, Shadbhuja. Shad 6, Bhuja, arms. So, this is the most commonly found in art. And why is that? Well, it's really because it was adopted by Tsongkapa and his early students as being the main form of Mahakala that is practiced in the Gelug tradition. So this is really early 15th century. So from early 15th century to the present, really Mahakala has dominated because the Gelug tradition became very dominant, especially in the 17th century with the great fifth Dalai Lama. So many representations, scroll work, murals, and sculpture were made of this particular form of Mahakala, and it was also very much copied and the rituals practiced in Mongolia and in northern China. But, there's always a but there's different types of six-armed Mahakala. So the most common one is the one-faced six-armed, and this actually comes out of the Shangpa Kagyu tradition of Khedrub Khyungpo Naljor, and it comes out of the 8-chapter Mahakala Tantra, which we find in Kanjur. But we also have Galotsawa, who in the late 10th, 11th century roundabouts, then he also brought a form of one-faced six-armed Mahakala, which may or may not be based on the same 8-chapter Mahakala Tantra that the Shangpa Kagyu of Khedrub Khyungpo Naljor is based on. Then we have the 50-chapter Mahakala Tantra, and we have a three-faced six-armed solitary Mahakala as well. So these are the three main forms of six-armed Mahakala that we have: the Galotsawa, the Shangpa Kagyu tradition, and then the 50-chapter Mahakala. Now, the Galotsawa and the 50-chapter Mahakala Tantra are not well represented. Really what we have is the Shangpa Kagyu. Now, the Shangpa Kagyu is not that simple just on its own, because it has many different forms. It has a main form called Barche Kunsel, removing all obstacles, but it also has a white form for wealth, a red form for power, a yellow form for various needs. Then it has even a liver-colored form. There's many different forms, numbering around. The numbers can change depending on how you categorize the different forms, but it can be 16 or 17. So there's a lot of different one-faced six-armed Mahakalas that come under the umbrella of the Shangpa Kagyu 8-chapter Mahakala practice. So aside from these that are coming from India with the Sarma traditions, then we have some Nyingma tradition six-armed Mahakala. We have the Shanglong Dorje Doodle, which is related to the Gyu Shi, and that has three faces, six arms. We have the Jangter Northern Treasure tradition, which again has three faces, six arms. Chogyur Lingpa tradition, now this is relatively recent, of course, this is 19th century with one face, six arms. And then we have one with four legs, a different one completely. So we have a lot of different forms of the six-armed Mahakala. So it's not easy when you're looking at the literature and when you're looking at obscure art, but it is quite simple when you're looking at most paintings and sculpture, because they belong to the Shangpa Kagyu tradition and are primarily coming down in the last 500 years through the Gelug school of Tibetan Buddhism.